Matt's back here, and we're over at the Wheaton, Illinois all-night flea market. Now, this is a great spot right here. I'm going to wreck your bat cave. Tell me a little bit about what you're producing here. What is this?
Well, actually, I make custom Halloween masks. That's what I started out doing. And taking those high-end products out to shows, I found that you can't always generate enough business to support what going out and promoting yourself. So I got into doing the shirts, and I've always had just odd ideas, and I just started slamming them on shirts, and that has actually taken off and been fairly, I'd say, more lucrative in general than the masks themselves.
Right.
But again, the masks are more like a high-end custom thing that I do for a lot of the costumers and things like that.
So you bring a lot of masks to different Comic-Cons and things like that, and unfortunately, we don't have any to show off today.
Don't have
because,
any.
What, did you sell out last week? How'd you do last week?
Yeah, well, actually, I didn't have any masks for Wizard last week either. This is the time of year where I sell out pretty quickly. People are ordering things from me custom. Up and now through Halloween, it's pretty hard for me to keep anything actually on shelf because I do actually make it all myself. So I don't have a backlog inventory. I don't have some big truckload of stuff. It's what I hand make. I bring out to the show and I sell that.
Right. And all of this is just spoofs on different cartoons combined with what, superheroes?
Yeah, I've basically taken all the stuff from my childhood and doing mashups. I like to, Star Wars and Doctor Who, Transformers and Watchmen, Red Skull and Energy Drinks, Family Guy and Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
The most recent one did the God of Thunder Buddies, which has gone over very well.
Right. And we got buttons over here, 1 million buttons, tiny little things. Can I grab one of these?
Certainly. Yeah, the buttons are the perfect thing for the kid because as these shows have gone on for years and the economy has kind of tanked, you have to have a lower end product to be able to have, for the kids to get. Plus, people do laps around the show over and over again trying to find something that's affordable. And unfortunately, a lot of these things, $20 is your lowest item, so you can't really load up and get souvenirs for people. But the buttons are a perfect item. You can get 20 buttons for about $15 and make all your friends back home think you were thinking about them.
Master Shake. Who doesn't want a Master Shake button? Now, your kid makes these?
Yes.
How old is your kid?
He is 13.
13.
I had to think about that. He's almost 13. He's on the verge of 13.
13, making money like his pa.
Yes.
This is great stuff. It's really nice to meet you.
Very good to meet you guys. The one thing I did want to talk about a little bit about the shows and
sure.
The trends that have been going on, like Wizard and Dragon Con. Vendors like us are the bread and butter we support, where the base money comes from to fuel these shows, to bring in the celebrities to do things. Unfortunately, on the back end, we tend to suffer the most because the more celebrities that they bring in, the higher end celebrities, people are paying $500, $600 for these packages to get autographs done. And then the vendors that have filled the room, there's no energy and money left for those guys that came in. It's a bad trend. It's actually better shows that have like a good solid B-list set of actors rather than this top A-list set of actors. And it's a weird dynamic. But the bigger the shows get, it typically gets the worse for the vendors. So ironically, you'll find a better profit turnaround at a small flea market, thing like this, where you'll pay $50 for a table, and you can do $500 to $1,000 in business on a night. But you'll pay $1,000 or $1,200 for a table at a big show, and you might travel across country, and you end up breaking even, or it's just it makes doing a show that's bigger and further away a lot less attractive for a smaller vendor like myself. But want to get out there and promote, so we have to.
Well, I think this is a great idea, and you're killing it. I would buy every one of these shirts, even if I was at a con, but that costs a lot.
Right. Well, be sure to send them all to maskmasters.com.
Maskmasters.
And dumpsterware.com is my T-shirt site in particular, but all the sites linked together, or both sites, so you can get to either one.
Right.
Tell us the story behind the Mouse of 1,000 Corpses.
Oh, yeah. I used to live down in Orlando. I love to poke fun at the mouse. The first Orlando parody I did was Clockwork Orlando, and that's when Malcolm McDowell came down to do a horror show. And while I was at that show, I just got the idea for Mouse of 1,000 Corpses. And ironically, I've been able to take these to the Disney, on Disney property, out of the Dolphin Hotel, and sold them to people there. It's just a lot of fun. And I always tell them if they get their picture taken with the Mouse of 1,000 Corpses in front of the castle, I'll send them a free shirt.
That is epic. That is very cool. I might end up doing that, but it's great to meet you again. And this is Maskmasters?
That's Maskmasters.com.
Maskmasters.com.